Our mother was always such a beautiful woman. She could not walk down the street without a man whistling at her or commenting on how beautiful she was. She knew that she was gorgeous just by her looks and the way she carried herself. She had a figure that was similar as Marilyn Monroe, so she would wear clothes that fit her body, and it got her a lot of attention. She used that attention in the wrong way. She had many men coming in and out of her life and ours. She now had 3 children at home, and we all have different fathers. It seems that as soon as our mother meets someone new and falls in love, she wants to have his child. So of course, she now has another man in her life, and she has informed us that she is having another baby. Her new boyfriend has moved into our rented home, and he is quite nice to us. As the months pass by, we realize that our mom's new boyfriend is just what we needed to keep our mother in line and at home where she needs to be. Our mother kept a clean house, and she cooked for us every day. We would go on walks as a family and enjoy being outdoors. She would pop us some popcorn, and we would play board games after dinner. We were really enjoying life as what I thought was a happy little family. Then one day, there was a hard knock at the door. Our mom's boyfriend walked to the door and opened it, and this is when our happy little family changed. There were 3 men in military uniforms at the door, and the one in the middle said something that shook up our little family forever. That guy said he was our mother's husband, and he just flew in from overseas deployment. He said he was informed that our mother, his wife, was shacked up with some guy while he was deployed. He said that he was given 3 days of leave to find out what was going on with his wife and his son. When this man said he was our mother's husband, her boyfriend ran out the door and right past him and never looked back. Because we were young children and I was the oldest at age 9, we had no idea what our mother was doing with her life. Our mother has 3 small children. 3 of us had different dads already. One of my brother's dad is this man that says he is our mother's husband, and our mother is now pregnant with her boyfriend's baby. Those other 2 military men that were with our mother's husband was there in case there was a problem. I remember our mother's husband stayed with us for 1 day, then he had to go back overseas. During this time, I was wondering why I did not know she had a husband or remember seeing him before. Well, the next chapter of our life with our mother took a turn for the worse. Our mother started leaving the 3 of us children home alone, with me as a 9-year-old in care of the others. When our mother had our baby sister, she then started leaving a newborn with me also. My mother was now leaving 4 small children, all under the age of 10, home alone. Our landlord heard about our mother leaving us children home alone and contacted Child Protective Services. The police arrived and took all of us away. I remember crying on the first night, after we were taken away because us children were separated into different group homes and we were away from each other. On the third day of my stay at the girls' group home that I was in, someone came to my room and told me that I was going home. So I got dressed and I was taken to a waiting car. In the car was both of my younger brothers, my baby sister, the man that was our mother's husband, and our mother. Apparently, the Child Protective Services contacted the military and informed our mother's husband of the situation, and the military flew him back to the States. Our mother's military husband requested a transfer back to the States due to this family emergency. He packed us all up, including our mother, and we relocated to another state down south to Florida. Since our new stepfather was in the military, we moved into a nice house on a military base. I finally had my own bedroom, and my two younger brothers shared a room. We were all in school now, and I was even a Girl Scout brownie. We had a golf course right out our backyard. We had lots of pets, a cat, a dog, 2 parakeets, 2 tiny baby turtles, and a rabbit. As time goes by, we made lots of friends. We went to the movies. We had cookouts. We were enjoying our new life. Our mom cooked us healthy, home-cooked meals every day, and she made us homemade ice cream. Our life was going great. We finally had our mother back in our lives, and she was showing us she could be the mother we used to have. Then, of course, one day it all changed once again. We came home from school, and there was no mom. She was gone once again. Our stepfather was there, and he informed me that our mother left him a note stating she was tired of this life. She was leaving and wanted him to take care of her 4 children when he was only the father to one of us. There was a toddler that was not his child, and she expected him to take care of all of us. And that is what he did. He changed his work hours on the military base to the night shift so that he could be at home with our baby sister while we were at school. He got us up for school every morning, had our lunch made, and had dinner ready when we got out of school. I once again had to care for my younger siblings in the evenings, and we could not go outdoors or answer the door once he left for work, because he did not want any of the neighbors to know that his wife has left him alone with 4 small children. Our stepfather was a good man. He was strict, but he showed us love, even though we were not his kids. He took me to my Girl Scout Brownies father-daughter dance, and we had a really nice time. He would set up an outdoors tent in the backyard on Fridays so that we could sleep outside. He would cook us healthy meals, but he sure did not know how to bake. We all figured that out quickly. Eventually, the neighbors figured out that our mother was gone, and the talk went around the military base. The other military wives started asking me, "Have you heard from your mother yet?" And I would reply, "No." Our stepfather's rank in the military was a sergeant, and now rumors are spreading throughout the military base that the sergeant's wife left him alone with 4 small children. One night, our stepfather did not go into work, but he came to me and told me, since I was the oldest at almost 12 now, that he has found our mother. He told me that he had someone that was looking for her, and they found her. So that night, he got all of us kids into the car, and he drove us to some scary neighborhood. All of us got out of the car, and we went into this terrible looking apartment building and up the staircase. At the top of the stairs, our father knocked on one of the apartment doors. It was our stepfather, my 2 younger brothers, and I was holding our baby sister on my hip. We could hear several voices behind the door, and then someone opened the door. There stood some guy without a shirt on. My stepfather gave the guy our mother's name and asked if she was there. The guy said yes, so my stepfather asked if he could have her come to the door. The guy called out for our mother, and she came to the door in some tiny sleepwear. When our mother came to the door, we were so excited to see her. Our stepfather said, "Will you please come home to your family, your children?" Our mother said she would, and to wait in the car so she could get dressed, and she would be down in a few minutes. Well, about 20 minutes passed by, and our stepfather left out of the car and went to see why it was taking our mother so long to come down to the car. He came back to the car without our mother and said, "The guy in the apartment said your mother ran out the back door, so she will not be coming back home with us." Our car ride back home was silent. I went to bed that night and tears ran down my face, but I held back from crying. This is the life we have lived before. I felt sorry for our stepfather. He was the one that was hurting now. After that night, we never talked about our mother again. We lived our life day by day, with our stepfather raising our mother's children. He took care of us as though we were his own children. He was not mean or resentful to any of us. He took care of us like he was our father. Months and months went by, which turned into a year since our mother left us, and we were enjoying being raised by our stepfather. He was a good man. Well, early one evening while our stepfather was at work, there was a knock at the front door. One of my younger brothers got to the door first, with me right behind him, and as he opened the door, there stood our mother. She came back to us once again. A couple of months went by, and our stepfather put in for a transfer so we could move to another state, just so that our mother would not be encouraged to leave us again. Miss V, why has our mother come back into our lives just to disrupt it again? Well, at this moment, the only answer that I have is, your mother is a piece of work. She only thinks about herself. Just listening to your last story, she still has not changed her ways. In your mother's mind, she seems to only think that her life is the priority, and her children are always an afterthought. I am sorry to tell you this, but your mother will never change, or at least no time soon. She will be a disrupt in your lives until you become an adult and move out on your own and away from her. Continue to be a big sister to your siblings. They need you more than ever.